now. Lewis and Andre podcast.
Hello and welcome to the... Whoa. Let's get that camera straight for one. Hello, welcome to the Lewis and Andre washing machine special. Let me explain that. So, essentially, hello, I'm in the same position as last time. This is very intimate. I'm very close to the camera. Hello. So, basically, that sounded like Joe. Hello, Joe, if you're still watching. I know Hannah is. Basically, what's happening right now is I've got my washing machine on. And I'm going to do this podcast for as long as the washing machine is on. As soon as that finishes, then the podcast finishes. It's as simple as that. Now, I don't know how long that'll be. Well, I do. It's about 40 minutes, something like that. But if anyone's ever used a washing machine, they know that the time on the washing machine is, it's variable. It says a time. Does that necessarily mean it's going to be the time? No. I've got my washing machine will say, it's got 2 minutes left. Sound. I'll go do something, blah, 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 forget about something. Come back 10 minutes later. 10 minutes later, it still says 2 minutes left. Bro's just lying to me. Washing machines they go off their own time. So, if it looks like I'm squinting a lot, it's because I'm sat in a dark room with high quality lighting shining down upon me. And I'm also a bit drunk. So, we've been out, me and Harvey, and Mizzy Matty, I don't think he still watches, with I-20 Ben, Netanyahu. It was his birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Ben. Mwah. We've just been to San Carlo in Old Liège. Very posh, very fancy, very nice Italian place. Lovely pasta, etc., etc. I might have had maybe a little bit too much to drink in a video game, and then driven home. But only marginal. I'm now on the Madry. Good stuff indeed. And I've got to be up early in the morning because TA Barbers, Mr. Warren Wilkie, is cutting my very overdone trim. Because the day after, Friday, 2 days' time, technically, I suppose 1.5 at this stage, I'm going to Chicago with Morgan, who you all know. You all know and love, my sister, who contributes to this podcast almost as much as I do. Yeah, it's about right that. If it sounds like I'm rambling, it's probably because I'm drunk, and like I said, I haven't really got much of a script for this episode as such. Not like the last one. Thank you for anyone who watched the last one. I appreciate you watching my dictator obsession special. It was only a quick one as well. I could have gone into more detail about such but the fact there was, Christ, I'm slurring my words here. I'm literally slurring my words. It's currently, if you want to know, it is just coming up to 22 minutes to 11 on Wednesday the 26th of August. Hello, my name is Lewis. Pleased to meet you. I'm sorry. Can you tell I'm drunk? This podcast is going to be fucking horrendous. We're 4 minutes in and I've managed to ramble about absolutely fuck all. This is good stuff. I'm having fun. And if you're having fun, then good on yous. But thank you to anyone who watched the last podcast. I know the ones with me aren't ideal. I did promise when I did the last one with our pals, the year's special. Thanks for watching that one. I loved getting suited and booted for that one. But I did say on that one, the next two podcasts, it's just me. So what I'm going to do is have a minimum one guest, probably two guests. As it's happened, we've got no guests. It's just been me 2 times. And I apologise for that, but life has very much got in the way. As you can tell from kind of the rushed nature of the last one and very much this one, I just haven't had the time, and I apologise for that. But that's just the way that it is sometimes. Sometimes life, work, whatever gets in the way, and obviously I'm going away, which I'm very excited about, and I will take lots of pictures, and I will come back and give you a full review of Chicago, Chirac, which I'm not gonna lie, I am a little bit nervous going to Chicago because it's not the most. You know, when people say that I'm going to America, it's normally one of like generally 3 places. It's either Vegas, ding. It's generally Florida, New York, those 2. And I know New York's not the safest, but you know, there's plenty of safe places to go. Most people aren't going to New York and going to the projects or, you know, somewhere like that. Oh yes, I'm going to Brooklyn Zoo. They're generally going to a safer place. There's not very many safe places. There's plenty of not safe places in America. Even you go somewhere, you know, Vegas is sketchy. Like, we went to some sketchy places in Vegas, and like same with Florida. Florida is. I've never been, and I do plan to go soon. Not next year, the year after. I'm gonna go to Orlando, go on the roller coasters. That'll be fun. And I know that, like, Florida, there's plenty of bad places in Florida. There's bad places everywhere. But, you know, Chicago, it's not one of those places, like, even, like, Nashville or, like LA or San Francisco, wherever. Like, there's plenty of places people would choose to go in America before they would choose to go to Chicago. So, I'm apprehensive. And, obviously, I'm going with my sister, my little sister. You know, I say little sister. She's 2 years younger than me, and I'm 31. Do the math. So, you know, she can take care of herself, obviously, but I still feel like, you know, partly responsible. I don't know if that's a societal thing or if that's just almost an evolutionary thing. Who knows? Who knows? Getting deep on this podcast. God, I'm wasted. Can you tell? Probably not, I suppose. Who's messaging me? No one important. This is great. This is so good. Do you know what? This is fucking fantastic. Being drunk on your own with a microphone, a camera, like, this is fucking class. Like, I should do this. I should do this every time I'm drunk. Just ramble and then wake up in the morning with anxiety and just listen to the shit I ramble about. It sounds like good stuff. Can't fucking turn Dutch then. But yeah, I'm a little bit apprehensive because, like I said, I've been to America twice, and it's been Vegas both times, and we've been to the same place. So don't worry about what I'm doing here. That's just my tennis elbows playing up. So I know where I'm going. You know, first time I went with Bernadette, my best friend, and she's been before, so she knew where to go to a degree. So I was sort of like, oh, we're in safe hands. Then when I went earlier this year, I've been before, I know what I'm doing. You know what to expect, you know what's good, you know what's bad, whatever. You know where to avoid. But now going to somewhere completely new, it's like, it's a little bit scary. I'm not going to lie. Like, I am genuinely, like, a little bit nervous. Which, I think that's, like, perfectly normal. But, yeah, Chirac. Let me just point out, like, when we ain't going to. Sorry about my semblance. Like, if I keep like saying "puh," like, and properly saying the P's into the mic, and it's like popping. I do apologize for that. But again, that comes with the alcohol. We're not going to a very dangerous part of Chicago, as far as we know. Like, we're not going to the south. The south of Chicago, as far as I know, is the bad place. We're not going there or anywhere remotely bad. Like, again, people probably won't know because, like, obviously America's a big country, and Chicago is. Everyone knows of Chicago, but they won't know the intricacies of it. So, the south of Chicago is bad. So, south. So it's Indiana. So, south of Chicago, just to the east, there is a city called Gary, and it's not very far from Chicago. Now, Gary, Indiana, is the worst place in America statistically. I think in terms of poverty, it's the worst place in America, and that's not a million miles away where we're going now. And we're not going to be attacked by Garidians that I've just decided to call people that come from Gary. But the point is that we're not going to the nicest place in America. Regionally, because Chicago's not a million miles away, as far as I know, from Detroit, and Detroit is probably one of the last places in America that I would want to go to, other than like Gary, obviously. But like Detroit, in terms of like major cities, is an absolute dive. It's just been destroyed by the fact that the motor industry in America has died, and that was what funded the entire city, and now it's just left in ruin, essentially. But there you go, there's a little bit of history for you. In terms of going to places and having successful trips, our little Pavel hasn't had the best trip. Now, I don't know if I should reveal too much. Well, I say I revealed too much. I don't know anything. Me and him, like, people probably think, like, those two are probably in communication all the time. We're not. It's just a potjar thing that they don't communicate excellently. He hasn't climbed Mont Blanc, unfortunately. As far as I know, it's due to his feet. If his feet are wrecked, apparently, like properly wrecked in a bad way. So they haven't ended up climbing the mountain, which, to be honest, I'm actually a little bit glad of, because I don't know why I was a bit concerned. So I don't know if people know that. I don't know if we mentioned it on the year special, but like Nims, the mountain climber that we talk about all the time, the one that did all those like amazing peaks in ridiculous times, the guy from Nepal who climbed Everest like in like 20 minutes and just fucking skirted back down. He's unfortunately died, which Pavel is very, very sad about. And yeah, it's a horrible thing. And I don't know why, ever since then, I think the realization has kicked into me that these mountains are dangerous. Like, obviously, you know that they're dangerous, but you think, like, nah, surely you don't just fall off a mountain. No, it doesn't matter how skilled a climber you are. He was the best climber in possibly human history, and he died going up a mountain. So these things are fucking very dangerous. So it does make me a little bit concerned when our little Pavly goes up them. But his feet have let him down. So it's gone. I think he's back in the country as I speak right now. But he then went to he sent me a picture of him and Zeddy Bear in Bruges. Now, I would love to have gone to Bruges. If anyone's ever seen the film, it's one of my top 5 films of all time is In Bruges. I literally watched it last week. It's got Colin Farrell and I forgot the name of the other fucker. Bollocks, the other Irish guy that he normally does films with, who plays that fucking person in Harry Potter with the eye that moves about. I haven't seen that Harry Potter, so I do apologise. And it's also got Ralph Fiennes in it as well, who's fucking unbelievable in it. It's such a good film. I advise you watch it. Yeah, it's really, really good. It's like a dark comedy. It's hilarious. It's sad. It's action. It's got action. It's got drama. It's got everything. It's like a proper dark comedy, but it's fantastic. It's like I said, top 5 film of all time. I genuinely rate it that highly. So yeah, watch it in Bruges. And then ever since I watched the film, I've always wanted to go there. And then I go and see Pavly Pav fucking having a drink by like the river in Bruges. I was like, oh my god, you twat. I said, oh, is it like a fairy tale? Which is a reference, but he actually didn't reply to me, and I haven't heard of him since. But as far as I know, he's in the country, so he's safe and sound. I can see via the camera that I've been going for 15 minutes. and I think I've managed to talk for 15 minutes without pause, pretty much, just waffling. So that's already a good look. Yeah, I apologize. I'm a bit drunk. I'm a bit drunk. But luckily for you, you've only got about 20 minutes of this left, and then the washing machine finishes. So I'm doing a lot of washing because I'm obviously we go to Chicago in 2 days, and being a man means that I'm willfully unprepared, because that's just the way that we do it. Like, I've been on lads' holidays. Christ, I've been on lads' holidays, right, where we've been picked up from the airport. Sorry, picked up by the taxi at 4 in the morning, right? And I did my packing at 11 o'clock till midnight the night before. So 4 hours before we getting picked up, right? I was doing my packing. Poor planning from Lewis here, and I thought this is really bad, and I was stressing, and I managed to get everything done, right, and I have a quick kip. I woke up at like 20 to 4, so 20 minutes before I need to go up, so before the taxi picks us up. Quick shower, throw clothes on, they're already laid out, throw clothes on, good to go, literally sound. Somebody, and I thought there was no way in hell I'm going to be the last, nobody's going to have packed later than me, because it's impossible. Somebody started packing at 3 in the morning. We get picked up at 4, and that really put it into perspective for me. I was like, men are fucking useless. Women, generally, I know I can't speak for all, women would not do that. I have known women to oversleep, but I don't think that they are as stupid as men as to leave their packing to that last minute. Like, and the anxiety that I had when I was packing at the time that I did, I was like, oh, this is awful. I will never, ever do this again. And then to wake up and see a message in the group chat from somebody at 3 in the morning saying, yep, just started packing now. Oh, shit, just realised I've not got this. I'm like, mate, I would be doing somersaults with anxiety from that. Like, this is mental. But there you go. It's just a very male thing. But I'm gonna make sure that I've got work in the morning. I've got a haircut in the morning. I've got a haircut, then work, then come home, pack, try and sleep, and then we're getting picked up. My dad's picking us up at 5 in the morning. Ding. Can't wait for that. And then I'll put a picture on the TLOP Instagram at, I reckon, a good 7 o'clock in the morning of me having a pint. Like, that's proper TLOP vibes. Because essentially 2/3 of the TLOP are going on this holiday. Me and my sister. Pavs is the only alternative. Right, I've got a couple of notes. Alright, I've thought about Pavs. Pavs back in the country. Shit, I need to pack up all this fucking podcast gear as well. Oh my fucking god. Right, I need to make sure this podcast does not go too long, because I've got to pack all this up and take it into work to then give to probably Harvey, the intro. That's what we call him now, the intro. Hello, Harvey, the intro. I've got to give it to Harvey to then give to Pavs for him to be able to do the podcast while I'm away. Oh, we're so well prepared. I've literally got like little notes on here, and I've not got much. Oh yeah, Dolly Parton's died. R.I.P. God rest her soul. I was out there. I was on a delivery at work, and I handed the food over, got back to the car, and it popped up on my phone and said Dolly Parton dead. I was like, oh no. But apparently there was I was informed when I got back that there was a guy in a shop who, so I'm just adjusting my legs, who was ordering, and then somebody in our work said like, oh, Dolly Parton's died, and he basically walked out. He was devastated. He was that. Now, it might have had something to do with his nature in life, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink. But he was devastated, and I've never had that over a celebrity. Like, I've had MF Doom, who, oh, you can't see. Oh, and I'm having to use my hand to try and point. That album there that you can just out of sight, Mad Villainy. MF Doom's my hero, and he died, and I was upset. Like, it was a shit thing, because he's literally like my musical hero, or one of. And he died, and that was shit. Like, because I haven't had very many celebrity deaths affect me, but at the same time, like, MF Doom was 50, and as sad as it is, he's lived a life. The one that got me the worst so far in my life was Mac Miller, because Mac Miller was what? He at the time would have been maybe two or 3 years older than me, and like, that to me was just a really, really sad death. Like, because I really like Mac Miller, and obviously he was young, and it was just very frustrating. Like, and it's weird. Like, I've not, like I said, I've not had. There's plenty of people that, like, celebrities that I'm like, oh no, such and such has died. But then you think, like, well, they've lived a life. Like, one was like Patricia Routledge this year, Hyacinth Bouquet. There's one for the teenagers. Like, she died this year, but she was like old. Like, it fucks me off when people put on, like, Facebook, like, oh, granddad taken too soon, died 95. Died at 95, taken too soon? No, he was taken at the perfect time. He was taken, if anything, he was overcooked. You wanted to get him out of the oven. He was too old. Like, I'm not being funny, but, like, you won't catch me. Well, you certainly won't catch me at that age, because the chance of me making 95 just not going to happen. But, like, there's absolutely no way 95. Oh, taken too soon. I don't fucking think so. Sorry, I keep looking at the fucking camera. What is my hair doing? Warren, fix this shit. Fix it. Oh god, I was turning the mic all over the place. Sorry if I've been like loud and quiet and loud and quiet and loud and quiet, because I'm just a bit fucking pissed, mate. Other news. Oh, just banged the mic then. Oh, that didn't spike. It did. I just want to I've got the laptop next to me. I've got, like, my phone next to me here for little notes to try and keep on topic instead of just absolute nonsense rambling. I've got the beer there. I've got the laptop there so I can keep an eye on when I'm spiking. And I just seen how badly I spiked them when I just twatted the mic into the camera. And also spiked them when I said the word twatted. Other news. Big news for me. I'm getting a kitten. And I know some people watching already know that, but I'm getting a kitten. In 7 weeks' time. Now, I don't know much about this kitten. I have seen pictures of him/her. I don't know if it's a girl or a boy. It's kind of like I've seen a picture of the last litter, and it's very cute. I'm not gonna put pictures up because I do have pictures, but I don't want to put pictures until I know which one's mine. But I like little cow cats. They're like white with like black spots. Very cute. So we're gonna have kitten cast like in like 7 weeks time, like 7 episodes. We're gonna have a kitten on the podcast. Pavel's gonna be furious, obviously, because it's gonna be like pissing and shitting everywhere. He's gonna have to fucking deal with a cat being like in the way and distracting things. He's gonna be furious. He's gonna want to cook it and put it in a cabbage stew. Oh yes, cat goes with pumpkin. Sorry, I gave him Alex's voice then. Sorry, Pavs. But yeah, we're gonna get a cat. Like, yeah, it's gonna be the podcast cat. It's gonna be. I'm gonna call it TLOP cat. That's its name. And then when I take it to the vets, I've got to explain to them why it's called TLOP cat. No, it's going to be... I've actually already decided the name. Whether it's a boy or a girl, it's going to be called Pudding. I just love that name for a cat. We've got a cat at my parents', and she's called Belle, and I've called her Pudding since the day that we got her. So I've always wanted a cat to be called that. So mine's going to be called that. And he or she is going to probably just sit on my lap every podcast, and I'm going to stroke it like some sort of fucking James Bond villain. I'm going to be sat there vaping, drinking Madry, and stroking up. Let's not finish that sentence. Oops. So yeah, look, get ready for some cat-based clickbait. Lewis Strokes Pussy, episode 69. 69. Yeah. That'll be a good one. That'll nice bit of clickbait there. Sorry, apologies for vaping. Although actually you're probably listening or watching this thinking, thank fuck, we actually got like 3 seconds of like a respite there. Like, yeah, I don't really realize like how difficult it is to 26 minutes straight. I've been talking according to the camera, right? And I've drank like half a beer and not smoked very much because this was on 30 when I started. Right, I'm gonna smoke it now. 28. That is, for me to go half an hour and my vape go down by 2 is like easy. I'm not smoking a lot, which means I'm talking a lot, which means bad news for you having to listen to this. Fuck me. If anyone's driving, listen to this. Please, can you like concentrate on the road? Like, don't start swerving into oncoming traffic because you just can't fucking wait to stop hearing the sound of my fucking monotone voice. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm just looking at myself in the camera. I don't know why. Right. So I saw a TikTok came up, and it was of the Kelsey brothers. If anyone doesn't know who the Kelsey brothers are, Travis and Jason Kelsey. They played in the NFL. Jason was a center. Travis he's still playing this season, is a tight end. Travis Kelsey, also obviously, famously, is marrying Taylor Swift this year, next year, whenever. They're together anyway. Providing they last that long. You know what she's like with relationships. Boo! Not a fan of Taylor Swift, I'm not going to lie. I'm not a fan of her. And she has subsequently made me not a fan of the Chiefs. I don't care for them. Because every time she's at a game, every other play, the camera switches to her. And she stood there like the Skeletor she is, fucking like going like, woo! And I'm like, fucking just show the game. I'd rather see anything. I'd rather see Andy Reid. Google Andy Reid, Chiefs. He's the head coach. He's better looking than she is. Not a fan of Taylor Swift at all. Anyway, so yeah, the Kelseys were talking on this TikTok. Somebody they ask. They answer questions that people ask about NFL, where it's like there's no stupid questions. So people ask questions that they would want to say otherwise. And one of them was a woman asked the question, "What is turf toe?" Turf toe is a common NFL injury, and it keeps players out for like a decent amount of time, like 2 or 3 months. And to be honest, I saw it and I was like, you know what? I don't know what the fuck turf toe is. And I see NFL players, they've such and such is out for 2 months with turf toe. And I'm here thinking, what the fuck is turf toe? But for some reason, I've never bothered to look it up. So they explained what it is, and it's oh, I'm going to get the dogs out. It's like a strain in your big toe that goes all the way down, and it basically makes it like impossible to like step down on it with any like serious pressure. Which, funnily enough, I'm almost certain. So what happened was, when I was like 15, I got this injury. I got an injury in my foot. It was in my right foot. I was quite athletic at the time, like relatively athletic, and I got this injury in my foot that just caused me to not be able to step on my foot properly, and it happened, and it affected me for genuinely a year, maybe like 15, 18 months, because I kept re-aggravating it. So essentially what would happen is if I started running, the like muscle in the bottom of my foot would like contract, and it would cause like an excruciating pain, and I couldn't step on it properly, and I had to like walk on my like on the side of my foot like a complete and utter spacker, and I had this at like basically like 16, like peak high school athleticism. I was affected by this fucking injury, and the problem is that I couldn't even like explain what it was, because the other annoying thing was if I re-aggravated it, after an hour it would disappear. So I just looked like a fucking like a bit of a liar, and I just looked like a dickhead. Dickhead. It was so frustrating. So yeah, I had this injury, and when I watched the Kelseys talk about like turf toe, I thought, you know what, it might have been a degree of that. I don't know. Like when they explained it, it did also sound like it wasn't that. I don't know what it was. I've still to this day, and I've tried to look up what the injury was, and I've never been able to figure it out. And this is 15 years ago, and I've still not been able to diagnose what the fuck it was. But it was horrendous, and it really fucked me up. It ruined exercise, PE. I think it's the reason I've got fat. I think it's the reason I would be a different human being today without this injury. But it is what it is. But then I was thinking back to like days of PE, and we did cross country once, right? In when I was like 15, 16. Would have been that? Yeah, about that. We were doing cross country anyway, and we all started. We started at one end of a football field, and then we ran to the other end of the football field. This was just the first start of the cross country, and we had to go through the goalpost, right? Which would have been fine if it wasn't for a fact that like there was 60 of us, or I think it would have been about 60. Yeah, about 50 or 60 of us, and when we got to the goalposts, there was a good 30 or 40 of us all clumped together, because obviously we hadn't like broken up yet, because we'd only ran like 100 meters, and we all had to try and cram through these goalposts at the same time. It was carnage, but people were flying all over the place. So anyway, we run a bit further along, and we're a bit further through anyway, and I'm tootling. I'm on my own at this point, tooting along, feeling quite happy about myself, and I see a group of 3 lads just walking in front of me, and I'm like, oh, I'll overtake these. Problem is, I see who they are, and it's it's some of the more popular people in school. So one of them is one of my best friends, like current day best friends, like Brad, who I absolutely love. But in high school, we had like a proper love-hate relationship. Like, you could call it like, oh, he bullied me. He didn't. It was character building. I appreciate everything that he did. It's character building stuff. But like when we talk about the stuff, when we talk back about it in front of other people, they're like, no, that is straight up bullying. And I'm like, nah, I'll defend him. I'll straight up defend him and be like, no, don't be daft. If I couldn't handle that, then, you know, what's wrong with me? So anyway, I see him with this group of, with a couple of people just walking in front of me, and I'm like, oh no, I'm coming up on them hot, and I'm like, what do? I'm gonna have to overtake them. I'm moving quick. I'm feeling good. I wouldn't just slow down. I didn't want to like walk with them, because at the time, like, we weren't like the friends that we are now, so I couldn't just ran up to them and been like, hey, oh, you alright, what's up? Because they would have been like, fuck off. He would have told me to fuck off. This is the bullying aspect. So I was like, I'm gonna have to overtake them. Problem is, if I overtake them, if I overtake him, he's gonna fucking attack me, basically. So I was like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? So I was like, well, the only thing to do is to overtake at speed. So I was like, right, I'll speed up just as I get to them, so I can make enough of a distance past them, so that by the time they notice, or I'm so far past them that they don't bother chasing me. That was the plan. Anyway, so I'm like 20 meters, 15, 10, speed up, and I basically sprint past. And I sprint past, I don't look back. Sprint past, don't look back. And I do this. Sorry, 1 second. I do this. And I sprint for like however long, and then I'm like, right. Now is a safe enough time to turn around and see if they bother chasing me or if I'm safe. And I literally I sprint past, turn around, and he's literally on my fucking shoulder, and I'm like, ah! And he just pushes me on the back, and I go flying, proper like full sprint, forward roll. I think I managed to like forward roll and also land on my fucking feet, and escape. But that, if that doesn't sum up like our relationship in high school, I don't know what does. And like, we are such good friends now, but it's just weird. Whenever we talk about high school, like, the dynamic was unbelievable. Like, he was the cool kid, the jock, the one with the, you know, the varsity jacket and the basketball under his arm, and I was the dweeb in betweener that he would like throw into a locker. Like, that was the relationship. And the fact that we're such good friends now, like, it's hilarious. Like, you would never think it. But like, thinking of like PE, oh god, so this could only happen to me. I'm such an unlucky person, or I particularly was an unlucky person in high school. Like, here's an example of like how unlucky I am, and also like, again, my relationship with Brad. So him and somebody else, like, I was stood outside a lesson, and him and somebody else just came up to me, right, and just started like punching me in the stomach. Play fighting, like, they weren't hitting me hard. They were just like pretending to like punch me in the stomach and just like pinning me up, and like they were very, very, they were like this, like soft jabs, like, to me. And I was like crouched down like this, like taking it and whatever. And then the deputy head teacher was right there and saw it and came over and went, whoa, what's going on over here? And I was like, oh my god, justice, finally. Because as much as I'm the unluckiest person in the world, Brad is the luckiest person in the world, and I'll explain why. So anyway, the head teacher comes along and goes to us. Comes over, goes, oi! And I'm like, yes, finally, salvation, justice. They're about to get done, and I get to laugh at them. He comes over and he goes, what are you three up to? And I went, 3? And and them two are laughing their heads off. And I literally was looking at him like this, like, are you fucking having a laugh? What do you mean, what are you three up to? They've just come up to me and started, like, you know, jabbing me in the stomach and that. And you're trying to persecute me on the same level as them. And I honestly, and the head teacher was that pissed off with my reaction to him that they ended up like, the slate was wiped clean. Nobody got in trouble for it. I was like, this is bullshit. But Brad, I tell you what, this is how lucky a person Brad is, right? So we went to the pub once. We were all 17, right? Somebody had just passed their driving test. Either that or was the first to turn 18. I can't remember what it was. So anyway, we all went to the pub and we were like, oh, we'll go to the pub. And then the person that was it. Somebody had just turned 18. The first person in our year. We were like, okay, what we'll do is, he'll everyone, we're giving the money. He'll buy us all drinks when he gets ID'd. Cool. This is obviously back in, 18 BC or whenever it was when I was 17. So anyway, we're all sat at the table. He comes over, comes back with 1 pint. And it's like, what? And he's like, oh yeah, you all have to show ID. And we're like, oh, fuck it, brilliant. We didn't foresee this outcome in the night. So he's like, the guy comes over to the table and goes, yeah, I need to see all your IDs. And obviously, we don't bother even showing them because it's just going to show we're 17. Brad, because again, he's a very confident person, one of the most confident people I've ever met. In fact, might be the most confident person I've ever met. Brad just hands over his ID. Bearing in mind, he's 17, younger than me, I think. Hands over his ID, clearly showing he's 17. The guy looks at it, hands it him back and goes, yeah, you're good, you can have it, yeah, you can get a pint. Like, what? Just because he had the confidence to go over and, like, basically give him the ID and just be like, yep, I'm what? The person checking the ID was like, yeah, you're fine. Unfucking believable. But, yeah, so I remember... Sorry, I just really needed to inhale that fucking vapor. Oh, yes. So, went to PE, right? Never, ever forgot my kit. Never once in 5 years forgot my kit. Except for this one fucking day. Pretty much it was the last PE session we ever did, I think. I forgot my fucking PE kit. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. Turns out what we're doing on this day is we're doing like athletics, and everybody has to run the 100 meters. That was one you had to do. So everyone has to do the 100 meters, and then you had to do one athletic event of your choice. I was always triple jump. I was pretty good at triple jump. That was my thing. You got to pick one, right? And it just so happened that on this fucking day, I forget my fucking kit. So I'm like, oh, bollocks. And teacher's like, well, you need spare kit. So you can use the fucking spare kit fucking box, whatever. There's fuck all in there apart from like a skirt and, like a fucking, I don't know, a javelin. And, there's nothing in there that I can wear. And a rugby shirt that looks like it's been, dragged through the Somme. That's my choices of things to wear. I'm like, oh my fucking god. So I scrounge around. I go asking the other lads in the change room, like, has anyone fucking got any kit? Now the one thing that the spare PE kit did have was shorts. So I got a pair of shorts. Result, I now need a top. I managed to get a top, borrow a polo top off of a lad who at the time is like half a foot taller than me. So this top is, 4 times too big for me. Like, it's enormous. Like, at the time I would have been like a medium, and he's given me like a double or triple XL. It's massive. It's a dress. It's down to my knees almost. But I've got to take what I can get. I'm like, fine. But then I don't have I've got school shoes, so I need trainers. I'm like, I don't have socks, so I've got me fucking black like school socks. So I already look like a gimp, and it's like, well, I need trainers. Obviously, no one's got spare trainers because why would they? The best I could hope for, right, was somebody used to wear black Nike shoes to school. They were kind of like trainers, but not like proper trainers. That was the best I could hope for. They were 2 sizes too big for me. So I'm wearing a shirt that's like 3 or 4 sizes too big for me. Shoes that are 2 sizes too big for me. I look like a fucking clown, but at least I've got a kit. Anyway, run out onto the fucking like athletics field or whatever, the track. Let me just take a sip. I do apologise. Wait for me 1 second. Because I'm not editing this. I'm not editing this podcast because I really don't have time. I apologise for that. So, I go out onto the field. What happens? 5 fucking years we have never ever done PE with the girls at the same time. Lo and fucking behold, the one day I forget my fucking kit and I'm dressed like an absolute gimp, we are doing a co-ed fucking PE session. We're doing PE with the fucking girls. I wanted to fucking die on the spot. I'm like, oh my fucking... it was awful. So all the girls are there, and they're looking at me, dressed like some sort of fucking gimp, because I was, I was hot stuff at that time anyway. Wink, wink. So, sorry, I just banged the camera a couple of times then. I hope that hasn't spiked anything. So anyway, we go out there, and first things first, we've got to do the fucking 100 metres, because... you do the 100 metres and then you do the event that you want to do. So I fucking go to the start line of the 100 metres, and they have our like previous times from years. So they had our times from like year 7, year 8, year 9. They didn't have year 10 because we didn't do it in year 10. So they could see like the progression of like how much faster we got as we got older. So they had my times, and year 9 I was fucking quick. Like, I was probably at my like athletic best, and I set some like good times at like different events. Like, I was probably at my peak then. So then, go to the start line, and bear in mind, I've obviously forgotten about this fucking stupid injury I've got, which I've had all fucking year, which has been holding me back throughout the entire PE year. So, I'm at the start line, it's 3, 2, 1, go. I run. Bearing in mind I'm wearing shoes that are 2 sizes too big for me, so I'm running like a clown anyway. Anyway, about 25 metres in, fucking foot goes, doesn't it? So I can't step, So I can't step properly. So for the next like 25 metres, I'm running on the fucking side of one of my feet in shoes that are way too big for me. I must have looked like an absolute spacker, right? Then with like 20 metres to go, I basically just walk. I walk in the 100 metres because I was like, what's the point? What's the point in setting a time when I'm basically disabled and limited? So I was like, what's the fucking point? So I just walked it in and ended up essentially like tying with like the spackers. I had like the spackers in the year. The people who were like just not allowed. They're probably not allowed out in society on their own, right? Today I like tie with some of them, and like my time is worse than my year 7 time. So I'm slower, wink, wink, quote unquote, slower than I was when I was 11. Like, really? And it just sums me. Me in high school, I was the most unlucky person in high school. I was like, you ever seen that meme, Bad Luck Brian? That was me in high school. Just absolutely no luck whatsoever. But yeah, that was one of the worst moments of my life. Not only did I have to have the humiliation of running like that in shoes too big for me with an injury, I also had to do it in front of all the girls as well. So that was, a humbling moment in my life. As weird as this sounds, oh my god, come on camera, yeah, there we go, focus on my beautiful face. Hello. The washing machine has just finished. I just heard it finish. So that signifies the end of the podcast. That's a normal thing to say. The washing machine is finished, so therefore the podcast has ended. I can see on the camera there I'm about 50 minutes, so at least it's not been a fucking, it's not been a nothing episode. There's going to be absolutely no editing on this. So if there's any drinking, smoking, blah blah blah, fuck ups, whatever, you've got to deal with it, and you will have had to listen to it. So I apologize. By the time this comes out, I will actually be in Chicago. So yeah, I'll literally be on the other side of the world. Much love to everyone. Thank you for listening to this. If you're still here listening to this, fuck me, you are a committed fan, and I love you. Well done. You're a fucking hero. So yeah, nothing left to say apart from au revoir.